Kunal, I'm going to come to you first. Not enough chart history when it comes to Hyundai, but what do you make of the overall auto space then against the backdrop that Hyundai sort of is listing at?
I think it's a good recovery for the market. So I think on the back of this, my expectation is that many of these auto stocks, which you mentioned, for example, the likes of, say, Maruti, Tata Motors, etc., these stocks are going through a very strong momentum on a longer term basis. Now, yes, in the last 10-15 days, the charts for many of these stocks have dampened. But then when we look at this as an opportunity, this could actually be a very good opportunity to try and scale up investments in many of these auto stocks. My belief is that the likes of Tata Motors, which has come back to that 850-60 mark, I think at current levels the risk reward is extremely attractive. From a longer term basis to initiate a buy. Then look at Maruti. The stock has been holding on to that 11,800, 600 zone, also coinciding with the 200 moving average for Maruti. M&M, I think, has been a fantastic mover. The stock has done exceptionally well in the last 2-3 years. Remember, from 700 to 750 levels as a breakout, the stock crossing the levels of 3,300 also in the recent past. So I think these 10%, 15% or 20% corrections which have happened for these stocks on the large cap basis should be taken as a good opportunity to buy or average.
Alright, so that's the take on the auto space. But Shahina, I'm coming to you and want your take on Hyundai Motors. Given this particular IPO and the price that the stock is trading at, do you find it at an attractive opportunity to go ahead and buy at these levels and maybe invest for the long term?
We should wait for some more time before you actually enter Hyundai Motors, in my view. As you mentioned, you listed actually most of the points. One is, of course, that, the funds raised were largely OFS. So to that extent, any fund capex that going forward will actually come from the company. So that was a bit of a dampener. Secondly, of course, you have a lot of competition that is there. And third is valuations. Well, even Maruti is expensive, but Hyundai is equally expensive. So if I was to take my pick among the whole group, I would prefer Tata Motors as of now, because there's a lot happening over there in Tata Motors. And it is, in terms of valuation, it is more attractive compared to the other two. So I would go with the Tata Motors.